Hi, good afternoon, namaste. म चाहिँ नेपालमा विकासे नारीवादको बारेमा प्रेजेन्टेसन दिन गएको छु। अनि यो चाहिँ सेरा तामाङले लेखेको आर्टिकल को बारेमा प्रेजेन्टेसन हो। अनि त्यसपछि सेरा तामाङले चाहिँ बेसिकली यसमा चाहिँ इन्ट्रोडक्सन अफ यो विकासे नारीवाद अनि त्यसपछि फेमिनिजम नेपालमा चाहिँ को बारेमा कुरा गर्नुहुन्छ यो आर्टिकलमा। अनि त्यसपछि लेट्स स्टार्ट विथ द इन्ट्रोडक्सन। झट्ट हेर्दा चाहिँ नेपालमा नारीवाद बलियो देखिन्छ। दिस इज सीन एभ्रिवेयर, जताततै पनि अब प्रोग्राम्सहरू भएको अनि एनजिओस पनि लाइक इट्स ग्रोइङ अ लट। सो हेर्दाखेरि चाहिँ इट सिम्स लाइक लाइक फेमिनिजम इज ग्रोइङ इन नेपाल जस्तो लाग्छ। बिकज लाइक तालिम केन्द्रहरू धेरै छन्, कार्यक्रमहरू पनि धेरै छ। तर नेपालमा चाहिँ खासमा भने नारीवाद इट्स ओन्ली सिन यस्तै यो विकासे एरियामा, विकासे यो एरियामा चाहिँ क्षेत्रमा चाहिँ देखिन्छ, तर सिद्धान्तमा चाहिँ त्यस्तो देखिँदैन। अनि त्यसपछि विकास क्षेत्र बाहिर चाहिँ नारीवादको त्यस्तो असर नदेखिएकोले एकदमै प्रश्न पनि उठेको छ। अनि त्यसपछि वुमेन इन डेभलपमेन्ट अर WID भन्ने प्रोग्राम चाहिँ नेपालमा सन् 1970 मा प्रवेश भएको हो। अनि त्यसपछि यो वुमेन इन डेभलपमेन्ट प्रोग्रामले गर्दा नै देशमा पश्चिमी नारीवादको धारणा भएको हो। अनि त्यसपछि यो प्रोग्राम चाहिँ इट वाज इन्फ्लुएन्स्ड बाई यो पञ्चायतको एउटा भाषा एउटा देश भन्ने राष्ट्रवाद धारणा। अनि त्यसपछि पञ्चायत चाहिँ धेरै लाइक इन्फ्लुएन्स गरेको छ यो प्रोग्राममा। अनि त्यसपछि लेट्स स्टार्ट विथ द जनरल जिस्ट अफ पश्चिमी सन्दर्भको नारीवाद। सामान्य रूपमा भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ नारीवादले दुईटा कुरा समेट्छ, महिलाप्रति गरेको उत्पीडन र अवस्थालाई कसरी फेर्न के क्रियाकलापहरू चाहिन्छ भनेर मेजर्सहरू दिने कुरा। अनि त्यसपछि प्राकृतिक लिङ्गले चाहिँ लाइक जेन्डरले गर्दाखेरि women are give birth and they're birth givers, so त्यसले गर्दा they're different from men. अनि जेन्डरबाट हेर्दाखेरि चाहिँ women are discriminated because they give birth, like they're not allowed to maybe fulfill their aims in life, because at the end of the day women bhaneki birth giver bhanera, like even now like women bhaneki like family suru garnu parcha, bachcha paunu parcha bhanera cha. And त्यसपछि besides sex and gender, there are also other factors that affect women's experiences. अनि यो चाहिँ परिवेश अनि त्यसपछि समयहरूले पनि अफेक्ट गर्छ। अनि त्यसपछि नारीवादभित्र पनि धेरै वर्ग छन्, जस्तो उदार नारीवाद, मार्क्सवादी नारीवाद, समाजवादी नारीवाद, उग्र नारीवाद र उत्तर आधुनिकता नारीवाद। अब यो लास्ट सेसनमा कुरा त गरेको थियो, तर those who didn't attend the last session, I will just like generally मात्र यसको बारेमा म कुरा गर्छु। So the first feminism that I'm going to talk about is liberal feminism. नेपालीमा चाहिँ उदार नारीवाद पनि भन्छ। यो चाहिँ खासमा भने 1800s मा सुरु भएको हो, यो बेलायतबाटै सुरु भएको हो। अनि त्यसपछि यसको प्रभाव चाहिँ फ्रान्सेली क्रान्तिबाट भएको हो। अनि त्यसपछि यो चाहिँ it is centered around the equal rights between men and women, and it's actually based on property rights, on voting rights, basically enfranchisement rights को बारेमा कुरा गर्छ। अनि यो दुईटा भागमा डिभाइड गरिएको छ, फर्स्ट वेभ फेमिनिजम र सेकेन्ड वेभ फेमिनिजम. लाइक आई मेन्सन अर्लियर, फर्स्ट वेभ फेमिनिजम चाहिँ focuses on enfranchisement rights such as property rights, on disability, voting rights, whereas second wave feminism, it started 1960s. Second wave feminism is more refined in a sense that it also started talking about sexuality and women's places in homes, unpaid labor, on disability, how women are exploited within the households, and disability also are exploited in the workplace because they're not paid equally. So yeah, that basically sums up liberal feminism. The other feminism that I'm going to talk about is Marxist feminism and socialist feminism. Marxwadi ra Samajwadi Nariwad, it is influenced by Marxism and socialism. जब उदार नारीवादले चाहिँ युनिभर्सल लिबर्टी र इन्डिभिजुअल राइट्समा फोकस गर्छ, मार्क्सिस्ट फेमिनिजम र सोशलिस्ट फेमिनिजमले चाहिँ अरू कुरामा पनि फोकस गर्छ. जस्तो लिबरल फेमिनिजमले चाहिँ भन्छ कि all women suffer because they're women, because of their gender. तर Marxist feminismले चाहिँ भन्छ that class also plays an important role, and it also talks about how capitalism is the reason as to why women are discriminated in their home and outside. Unpaid labor they go down, so because between a husband and wife, it's usually the wife who does most of the work, and she's also exploited and she's not paid, and even in the workplace she's not paid. So this is basically because of capitalism, and actually even capitalism benefits because of this, because men will start focusing on their work because the women capitalism also benefits because of this. That's why Marxist feminism class plays an important role, and capitalism is the reason as to why there is differences between men and women. And English it's called radical feminism. पुरुष जातिले गर्दाखेरि नै women are discriminated भनेर कुरा गर्छ. Radical feminism focuses on patriarchy, and it also focuses on sexuality, raw sexual politics, while explaining discrimination. On this, it believes that patriarchy has contributed in making gender and femininity as mediums to only cater men and their interests. The thing about radical feminism is that even though it's influenced by Marxism, it tends to be very upper middle class centric, because it completely ignores all factors that take into consideration, and it only focuses on patriarchy and men being the perpetrators, whereas there are so many other factors that also come into consideration. And this jatiya nariwad भन्ने चाहिँ के हो भने it discrimination को source पितृ सत्ता मात्र होइन भनेर भन्छ, and it talks about how experiences of all women are not the same, and the debate should not only be around the idea that men and women should be equal. And this because the thing is that even feminism, this old notion of feminism does promote the essentialist view of femininity and masculinity. And this box because it promotes the stereotypes. Also women repressed, so we need to see beyond the beyond the patriarchal discrimination. अनि त्यसपछि अब सबै कुरा समेट्दाखेरि चाहिँ तीन कुराहरू विचार गर्ने एकदम जरुरी छ। पहिला चाहिँ के हो भने सबै वर्गको नारीवादले जनाउँछ कि पश्चिममा यो नारीवादहरू like there are different kinds of ideologies that emerged within feminism. अनि यो चाहिँ कसरी इमर्ज भएको हो भने त्यो कन्स्टेन्टली यो सवाल उठाएर प्रश्न उठाएर मात्र इमर्ज भएको हो नि त। So we need to like raise questions. And we shouldn't always like just because one ideology says that does not mean that we should also like blindly follow it. We should constantly question because that's how we move forward. अनि त्यसपछि अर्को चाहिँ के सिकाउँछ भने नारी आन्दोलनले गर्दैखेरि चेन्ज आएको हो। अनि त्यसपछि it's through movements and protests that new ideologies have emerged, and this is true as well because first wave feminism started because Britain ma movement suru ho, second wave feminism to 1960s go, and then the last thing चाहिँ के हो भने नारीवादीले सिद्धान्तहरूले वर्गबाट महिलाका अवस्था राम्ररी व्यक्त गर्छ। So it says that ideologies ले गर्दाखेरि नै राम्ररी व्यक्त गर्छ। So we should also focus on writings. अनि त्यसपछि नेपालको सन्दर्भमा पनि हैन हामीले यो कुराहरू राम्ररी राख्नुपर्छ, कन्टेक्स्चुअलाइज गर्नुपर्छ। अनि that's pretty much it. अब चाहिँ म नेपालको कन्टेक्स्टको कुरा गर्छु। नेपालमा नारीवाद डाक्टर मीना आचार्यले चाहिँ के भन्नुभएको हो भने नेपालको महिलाले आन्दोलन सन् 1917, 1949, 1950, 1960 अनि 1960 to 1990 सम्म यो मुभमेन्ट्सहरू अनि यो आन्दोलनहरू गरिरहेका छन्। अनि त्यसपछि रेजिनाले भनेको जस्तै यो विकासे नारीवादले ल्याएको हैन मुभमेन्ट, it is actually started through यो womenहरू नै। अनि त्यसपछि मुभमेन्ट पटै सुरु भएको हो, it's not like a foreign concept. अनि त्यसपछि सन् 1917 मा चाहिँ के भएको थियो भने महिला समिति स्थापित भएको हो, जबकि सन् 1946 मा चाहिँ आदर्श महिला स्थापित भएको हो। अनि 1947 मा नेपाली महिला संगठनहरू सुरु भए। 1950 देखि 1960 सम्म चाहिँ नेपालमा पहिलो संसद मा चाहिँ महिलाहरू पनि उपस्थित हुनुपर्छ भनेर प्रश्न उठेको हो। अनि 1975 मा चाहिँ के भएको थियो भने पञ्चायतले नै यो कार्यक्रमहरू like I had mentioned earlier women in development program सुरु गरेको हो। अनि त्यसपछि because पञ्चायतले सुरु गरेको थियो, this was heavily influenced by their ideologies. अनि women in development program राष्ट्रवादीमा कायम थियो। अनि त्यसपछि पञ्चायतकालीनले गर्दा पनि होला obviously that it was heavily influenced because of nationalism. अनि राष्ट्रिय एकीकरणले गर्दा नयाँ मुलुकी प्रचार भयो। अनि त्यसपछि भाषा बनाउने कुरा यहीबाटै आएको हो, यो पञ्चायत सिस्टमबाटै आएको हो। अनि त्यसपछि यसले नारीवादलाई पनि धेरै इन्फ्लुएन्स गर्यो। अनि त्यसपछि एउटा अर्को कुरा चाहिँ के हो भने पहिलाको राज्यमा पनि यति धेरै कुरा गरिँदैन थियो त्यो हिन्दुत्वको जति चाहिँ पञ्चायतमा गर्यो। पञ्चायतमा चाहिँ हिन्दुत्व आइडियोलोजी became very strong, अनि even the idea of Nepali language became very strong, like indigenous languages को erasure चाहिँ यता एकदमै हुन थाल्यो, करा हुन थालेको हो। अनि त्यसपछि अर्को चाहिँ के गर्यो भने यो पञ्चायतले खास जातिहरूलाई चाहिँ सिङ्गो बन्धनमा बाँध्यो अनि यसले गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ जनजाति दलित अनि अरू माइनोरिटिजहरूलाई चाहिँ धेरै प्रभाव पार्यो बिकज उनीहरूको कल्चर देयर हिस्ट्री देयर ल्याङ्ग्वेजेस वर एरेज्ड बिकज अफ दिस अनि विकासको विषयमा पनि पञ्चायत सिस्टमले गर्दाखेरि नारीवादलाई पनि धेरै इफेक्ट भयो because they started introducing the concept of legitimacy र illegitimacy. त्यसपछि त्यसले गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ यो मुभमेन्ट्सहरू in general like suffered a lot. अनि त्यसपछि women in development program focuses it's problematic because it focuses more on the financial aspects than the welfare of women and communities. It only, even though it focuses on women, it only focuses on Khas Aryan women, Pahari women. It has also failed to provide platform because obviously it only focuses on caste people, and it completely it tried to homogenize the movement. On this party caste ko kura garena, on this party nationalism ko agenda also kayam rakhirakhyo. So it never really included people who actually were suffering the most. And त्यसपछि socially पनि त्यस्तो impact राखेन. It was programs-हरु हुन्थ्यो तर it was almost as though program, it's basically यो NGO, INGO ले गरेको programs. So when it's done, it's happening, but then after that there is no impact. So the other problematic thing about this women in development program is the fact that the lead गर्ने मान्छेहरु पनि खास background को थियो. So little progress was made because of it. Caste background and men. So अनि त्यसपछि politics of representation को कुरा गर्दा चाहिँ के हो भने the program was highly elitist and caste Pahari in nature. It wasn't inclusive of different languages, culture and castes. It tried to homogenize all identities. अनि त्यसपछि another thing about this movement is that it tried to have a universal approach rather than trying different approaches, because obviously Nepal is very diverse in terms of ethnicity, castes. There are a lot of indigenous groups, tribes, but then they just used one approach, and this led to the erasure in identities and languages. A conclusion मा चाहिँ मेरो opinion मा के भन्न चाहन्छु भने this is the effects are still strong. We're still seeing it right now. Like a lot of languages have literally gone extinct because of policies like these. Even NGOs and INGOs in Nepal, they're not very impactful to the people, and I think we should start by listening to the voices from the grassroots levels, because there are so many movements that have been started by marginalized communities, or the indigenous movements, land rights movement, language, linguistic movements. So rather than NGOs and INGOs disrupting and interfering, we should make an environment where the voices from the grassroots are amplified, because usually it's not a two-way process. It's a very one-way process thing. It's a very one-way process thing because these NGOs, INGOs, international institutions, they think that the people probably want this, but they never ask the people. They treat them as docile agents rather than passive agents. So we should listen to the voices from the grassroots level, because we've been working for years. It's just that they haven't been amplified, and it hasn't been like यो mainstream मिडियामा पनि त्यस्तो उनीहरूको भोइसेसहरू त्यो कभर गरेको छैन. But yeah, we need to start that, and the first step is by urging the government. The government should make policies that favor their movements, and yeah, we need to focus on the welfare of each and every kind of women, and not only like, you know, caste women. And yeah, even in terms of history, like, you know, यिनीहरूको history पनि erase भएको छ, and maybe we should start by educating the people, because the curriculum change garna it takes years. So I guess we need to start as the leading circle of awareness, but we need to start educating people about the history of Nepal, and how, like, you know, these people have been wronged by history and are still being silenced. So yeah, that's pretty much it.